Hello, it's Forex News for Monday, January 11th, provided to you by InstaForex News team and me, Darika Isakova. We know everything about direct intervention of the US government into the bonds, mortgage and interbank fields, but can it play an essential role at the stock market too? It's impossible to justify the scales of the last year price upturn for shares, taking into account a demand from traditional sources. Relying on experience, the ratio between the new funds inflow and capitalization growth in the market is 1 to 10. So, in order to increase the market capitalization in the USA by $6 trillion last year, the investments in the amount of $600 billion were required. But who accomplished the purchasing? The corporate market participants were net share sellers. The American retail investors had made very few purchases and can be hardly called major direct investors of the internal stock market. Some part of purchases was made by foreign market participants, hedge funds and pension funds. Although it is unlikely that aggregate investments compounded more than a half of funds necessary for a significant market rally, so there emerged a question: who were buying the shares? There are supposals in the market that purchases were carried out by the US government by means of the Federal Reserve System and the Treasury Department. Moreover, as Biederman says, the US authorities used to accept an opportunity of direct interventions into the stock markets using a purchase of shares and futures during the financial collapse. It is hard to imagine how the FRS and the Treasury Ministry could implement quite large-scale operations in the market and did not say a word about this intervention. The FRS balance does not reflect any visible evidence of such activity. Apart from this, there emerges a question about legality, as this kind of actions ought to be approved by the Congress of the USA. On the other hand, measures taken by the American and other governments during the credit crisis were beyond compare and almost unbelievable. Worth mentioning that in October 2008, the Bank of England provided £62 billion loan to Royal Bank of Scotland and HBOS. Besides, nobody had an idea about the scale of this operation until it was sounded more than a year later. The US authorities didn't refuse from lending support to other sectors, for example, real estate market. Lowering of the key interest rate to a zero level, while in fact they were slightly higher, made the investors look for profit in other markets. Bearing in mind the risk of that the FRS may lose the inflation control that will lead to cash savings devaluation, a motivation to invest into other assets has become very high. It was Forex News provided to you by InstaForex News team and me, Darika Isakova. Thank you for watching us and goodbye.